Welcome to Deep Cuff Channel. Ukrainian army launched a historic airstrike against Russia. Russian air defense systems are sounding the alarm in various regions. HIMARS systems remain the troublemaker of the Russian troops. Russia is heating up the war with its operations in the Soldier and Bakhmut region. Satellite photos from Belarus revealed the Russian army's preparations in the region. Could Patriot systems be a game-changer for Ukraine? Russian Black Sea Fleet began to move. Ukrainians continued their strong attacks on Russian troops throughout the day. According to the statement made by the 45th Artillery Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Ukrainian soldiers began to carry out an intense artillery attack on the Soldier region. According to the allegations made as a result of the attacks, Russia lost 25 Wagner soldiers. It is stated that the Ukrainian attacks were carried out with HIMARS systems provided by the U.S. military. This system provides a serious advantage in the regions under Russian control. Following this attack, the Ukrainian State Border Guard Office published a new operational report on the fighting in the Bakhmut region. According to this report, the Ukrainian border guards continue to repel Russian troops in the Bakhmut area. It is stated that the Russian army has attempted to attack the Ukrainian guards in the Bakhmut region with a total of 12 attacks with artillery systems as well as unmanned aerial vehicles. However, the Ukrainian army continues its resistance, preventing most of the attacks. On the subject, the Independent War Studies Institute announced that it will concentrate on the Bakhmut region after the Russian army captured the Soldier region. ISW said the Russian military's ramp-up of offensives in the Soldier area was part of a new effort to encircle Bakhmut after months of ineffective frontal attacks. In this section, the Ukrainian army provides a great advantage against the Russian army, especially by using the HIMARS systems. In this context, British Defence Minister Ben Wallace announced that the British Ministry of Defence has decided to transfer missiles developed for HIMARS and MLRS systems to Ukraine. Type of missiles has not been officially announced, but it is known that Ukraine had previously received missiles for these systems from the UK. It seems that the Ukrainian army is preparing intensively for the counterattack of the Russian army. In response, Russia is preparing its troops in Belarus. Belarusian media shared photos taken by independent satellite companies of the preparation of the 19th Guards Mechanized Brigade on the territory of Belarus. Russian army units in Lepelsky have been training in this region for a long time together with the Belarusian army. Lepelsky Training Ground is one of the areas used by the soldiers of the Russian armed forces on the territory of Belarus. Looking at the photos taken, the armored combat vehicle, tanks, artillery, and military units are clearly visible. It is also among the news that Russia stockpiles an intense ammunition in this region. Russia wants to use Belarus to launch a counterattack next spring. Ukrainian army is aware of this situation. In this context, the sounds of explosions coming from the territory of Russia attract the attention of military analysts. According to the latest news from the Belgorod region, air defense systems in the region have been activated. According to the regional governor Vyacheslav Gladkov, drones are flying in the area. While it is not known who sent the unmanned aerial vehicles to the region at the moment, important news comes from the Crimean Peninsula just as this event is taking place. Allegedly, the Crimean Peninsula has been subjected to the biggest drone attack in recent months. According to local sources, a total of 10 drones carried out simultaneous attacks in the strategic Sevastopol region on the Crimean Peninsula. According to the regional governor, these drones targeted warships belonging to the Russian Black Sea Fleet in the port area. In the videos that appeared on social media, it is clearly seen that unmanned aerial vehicles fly in the region. While the Ukrainian Defense Ministry has not made an official statement about this incident, it is stated that investigations are continuing. Meanwhile, Alexei Danilov, Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, also made important statements. According to Danilov, Russia is preparing for one of the biggest attacks in its history against Ukraine. drawing attention to the mobilization decision, which is expected to be announced by Russian President Putin. Danilov said that the Russian army will carry out an intense attack in the spring. We knew that the Russian army wanted to carry out major attacks against the Ukrainian army, especially by using Belarusian lands. At this point, we see that this may happen sooner than we expected. In this context, Natalia Humeniuk, head of the press center of the Ukrainian Southern Operational Command, made important statements about the Russian Black Sea Fleet. According to Humeniuk, Russia has deployed missile carriers in the Black Sea carrying almost a record number of Caliber cruise missiles. It is expected that Russia will launch a major offensive against the Ukrainian army from the south with the warships deployed in this region. While it is stated that there are a total of 17 warships in the region, the exact number of missiles they carry is not known. However, with the simplest estimation, if we consider that each ship carries 10 missiles, we can say that an average of 200 missiles can be fired from this region. Western countries, aware of this strategy of Russia, decided to accelerate their aid to the Ukrainian army. Recently, the U.S. government announced that it will procure the Patriot missile system to assist Ukraine in its fight against Russia. He also announced that he was sending the Patriot system to Germany. Today's assistance includes, for the first time, the Patriot air defense system, which is capable of hitting cruise missiles, short-range missiles, and aircraft with much higher ceilings than previously provided air defense systems, said U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. In addition, according to the latest news, necessary trainings for the use of these systems have been started. Ukrainian soldiers trained by the U.S. military are expected to successfully use these systems in the coming weeks. At the end of the day, the effectiveness of the Patriot system is likely to be symbolic and psychological rather than tactical. One of the most important aspects of the Ukrainian war is morale, each side trying to lower the morale of the other while raising their own. On the other hand, the Russian army does not hesitate to make new moves to raise the morale of its troops. In this context, the Russian Ministry of Defense said that Chief of Staff Sergei Shoigu inspected the headquarters of the Eastern Forces Group. Russian Defense Minister also received information from the force and unit commanders about the progress of combat missions on the main fronts. Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation also released a video showing Shoigu holding a meeting with military leaders. Sources pointed out that the video shows Evgeny Nikiforov, whom Ukraine and Western intelligence agencies say is the new commander of the Western Forces Group in Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine. We will continue to monitor the world and especially Ukraine. We'll see what happens in the next few days. We have reached the end of another video. You can support us by liking the video. You can easily follow new videos by subscribing. I wish you all a war-free day. See you.